Gary's just said that we should call this this lesson the down and dirty on dirty carvings, which is my best American faux accent. But it's really all about keeping carvings clean, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I've actually made a little download here, which is available below. The link's below, and what it is a little checklist of things to think about when you're carving, before you're carving, as you're carving, after you're carving, to do with keeping your carvings clean. Because carvings, especially with light woods, get dirty very quickly. They get grubby, and that's not the same as a patination you get after you've carved. You've finished the piece, and over the years people have been handling it. It's dirt which has arrived at the carving. So I want to now just go quickly through this checklist, and it's the sort of thing you can print out, stick by your bench, and you can check it off as you go along to make sure you're keeping everything as clean as possible. The first and probably the principal source of dirt on carvings comes from your carving tools. That's particularly when you're sharpening. So oil that you get onto the blade when you're sharpening, or when you are using a grinder or something like that, this stuff you wipe off, of course. But if you look at this rag, you can see where I've wiped it off. All this stuff is still around. It gets on your hands and it gets onto your carving. So one of the important things to do is to double wipe. In other words, you're wiping it with a rag to begin with at the source, but then before you actually carve, you give it a second wipe with a totally clean cloth, and that way you're sure this has got no grease. You can see also grease coming off from stropping. So as you strop, that's not nothing coming off. There is something left, a residue left on the blade. Again, gets on your hands. So what you need to do is keep these wiped, but also remember to wash your hands regularly and keep them dry. That's really important. Here's a second source of dirt. This is my carving brush. You've seen it on this site, all sorts of places where I use it to brush away chips from the carving. The thing is that most people will put that back, having brushed the carving, put it back on the bench like that. And of course it picks up dust, dirt, anything from the bench, and transfer that directly onto the wood. So you're really giving yourself more trouble. So make sure this is put down on the bench like so, that way up, and then also make sure you've got a nylon brush. This is nylon, and that means it's washable. So I wash this brush regularly and dry it before I use it. That way we keep the brush clean and the carvings are free from dirt that might be picked up from the brush itself. Another source, a very good source, is the bench itself. This bench, even though you think it might be clean, really isn't. And I just picked up this is the top of my sharpening stone box here. And then look at this. I haven't wiped that, and you can see this is stuff that's in the air. So lots of dust in the air, and it will get on the bench, and then as you're carving, you'll rub that with your hand, and you'll pick that up and you'll transfer it onto the actual carving. So again, you've got to keep your hands washed and clean. I can go and have my lunch without having to wash my hands because they're always clean. So make sure they're washed clean. Better still use a vacuum regularly, and every now and again get a damp cloth and wipe your carving bench. That makes sure that is clean, not a wet cloth, just a damp cloth. That way your bench is clean, you keep it off your hands and thus off your carving. One of the great ways of stopping your carvings getting dirty is to use white gloves like these. This is a sort of thing that decorators use. I'm using white because often the colour will come off if you don't. You cut the fingers off, so it's the left-handed one here, so that I'm using this part to rest on the carving, and that way the sweat from your hands, on that sweat, that moisture, doesn't go onto the carving. So carving gloves are a really great thing, especially towards the end when the carving is coming to a finish and you've got a finished surface. So carving gloves, I'll put a link to another video on it down below. But I'll also say that here's carving gloves. These are old ones that have been used for a while, and you can see that in their own right they get dirty. So you have to wash these gloves, or after a while you need to replace them. So carving gloves, really great way to keep moisture from your hands getting on the work. You might think that a pencil's a really good thing to use on your carving, and it is generally, although often I use ink that dries. The thing about a pencil, especially a soft pencil that I don't use a hard one because it'll indent the wood, but these pencil marks themselves will rub, and you can see that pencil itself becomes quite dirty. You can use an eraser, certainly, to get some of that off. That will work. But better still is something like a rubbing alcohol. This is a surgical spirit, ethanol, or something like acetone, which is basically nail polish remover. And either of those will remove pencil dirt. And I'll just show you this because you can, let's take this top off here, because you can use acetone or the alcohol to get rid of dirt full stop. So you can wipe your carving, you can rub it over after it's got dirty with alcohol or acetone, and you remove a lot of dirt. So besides just using removing pencil, it's a good way if your carving has got dirty to wipe it over. The alcohol will not raise the grain in the wood because it's not water as such, and so that's a very useful tip. So you can buy these sort of things online in biggish bottles or from chemists, that sort of thing. Anyway, there's a few things that you can do to keep your carvings clean.